Hey everybody, Rob Orgel, your favorite silencer nut job, and today is obviously a very, very big day. Why is today such a big day? Eric V. Valley Tactical.
We are doing the first non-Form 4 transfer in Arizona, and as far as we're aware, in over 90 years to the two of you.
A big day of freedom. I'll let you introduce yourself, Derek.
Derek Debus, the Director of Military Veteran and Firearms Law at Stone Rose Law.
So I'm excited to tell you that I'm going to be the first silencer nut job in Arizona to receive an over-the-counter suppressor. I will be number uno, as far as we know, and Derek will be number 2. So if you don't know Eric from East Valley Tactical, you better get acquainted because I bet you these are not going to be here by the end of today or maybe by the end of tomorrow.
I agree.
You absolutely can buy these online. It would be a good idea to jump the gun and hurry up and then scoot in here and pick up your silencer over the counter, walk out with it today. Thank you all for your support and supporting the Second Amendment. If you haven't considered joining the GOA, definitely get your way over there. Today, we chose the Tisha 556 because it is one of my favorite 556 suppressors. As stock dwindles down, consider some of my other favorites. There's like a top 5, and they're all almost equal in performance. I happen to love the Tisha because it's 4 inches. It does really good on back pressure, really good on sound. And with a Wolfpack Armory mount, you can recess it an extra inch over your barrel, so you're only adding 3 inches to your gun. Now, if there's no more Tishas, check out the Romulus, the JK Procore 556, the Griffin HRT, if they have any, the Rhodey 6 titanium full-size Ork. All of those are solid performers, and there are many other great 556 suppressors, including the Blackbird Defense F556 is another very recent favorite of mine. And finally, one more, the Otter Creek Lab Infinity 556K, another great suppressor with interchangeable end caps for you modular types.
Guys, Eric from East Valley Tactical here. From the very beginning, the mission of EVT is to make silencer ownership as easy as possible. And today is a huge step forward in freedom for Americans with over-the-counter silencer transactions. And we're proud to offer this to our customers in a legal way and get silencers in more hands of Americans. Come on down and see us. We'll make it easy.
All right, guys, now for the legal deep dive. Quite simply, there is a lot to cover here, and I don't want to go underwater with this. I do want to fly over to 30,000 feet so that we have a simple understanding because, man, it's like, how do you make cookies? Make it simple. I don't know if that's a thing, so let's do our best to make this simple and understandable for what does this mean today? How is this legal? I'll start with, how am I now able to buy a silencer and walk out with it the same day? How is that a thing?
Yeah, so 30,000 foot view. A long time ago, Congress said you have to register these items because we want to tax them. Last year, Congress said we are not going to collect that tax anymore. There's no tax. Well, a court last week very reasonably, very common sensely stated that simply if you don't have a tax, you don't have authority to require registration. So when the court issued that ruling, it gave the government 7 days before it went into effect. The government didn't do anything in those 7 days, so it went into effect at midnight earlier this week. Today, we're here legally because members of the organizations who brought that lawsuit, like Gun Owners of America, are covered by that injunction. So members of Gun Owners of America do not have to register a suppressor in certain states, of course, subject to state law. So I'm a Gun Owners of America member. I know you're a GOA member. That's why we're here getting the first Form 4-less transfers of suppressors here in the state of Arizona at East Valley Tactical.
And to add an additional level of clarity, it was mentioned in the injunction that current and future members of GOA. So that means if you're in the parking lot of EVT and you submit to be a GOA member for $25 a year, you're covered. You get that email, you come in, you prove the email, you are now a GOA member, which means everybody can, at least within the state of Arizona, because Arizona says if it's legal in the federal eyes, it's legal in our eyes, fancy terminology that I'm not going to go into, but your state may vary. So make sure you check with your state laws before you get mad at your gun store, and please be patient with your gun store. This is a big leap for Eric to take to pioneer this space of I will be the first, I will take that risk. Not everybody's ready to do that. They're not just ready to gamble their family's livelihood on your freedoms. So be patient with those gun stores. Don't give him a bad review because he wouldn't transfer you your silencer today. Give people time to wade through these muddy waters. And if you want one today, come down to EVT.
So, Derek, today we've talked a lot about silencers, and you guys are picking up your first silencers. Mm-hmm. Why are SBRs, SBSs, machine guns not covered under what we're doing today at EVT?
Yeah, so again, keeping it to that 30,000 foot perspective, under the Gun Control Act, which is not affected by the ruling only deals with the National Firearms Act. Under the Gun Control Act, short-barreled rifles and short-barreled shotguns still require Attorney General approval for transfer. Unfortunately, right now, the only form we know that provides that approval is a Form 4. So while suppressors do not need to be Form 4 anymore, SBRs and SBSs do. My view though, on how the ruling impacts everything though, is that very soon I think that people will be able to manufacture their own SBRs and SBSs without doing a Form 1, because a manufacturer and a transfer are different things under the law.
What about machine guns and destructive devices?
Machine guns and destructive devices are not impacted by this ruling at all. The only items that are impacted are those NFA regulated items that no longer have a tax that gets collected. Machine guns and destructive devices still have that tax stamp, and therefore they still need to be registered and transferred with a Form 4. Derek Debus, Director of Firearms Law at Stone Rose Law. I'm a lawyer, but I'm not your lawyer yet. I just want to caveat. Number one, this video is not legal advice. This is just our best analysis of what the law provides now. Consult with your lawyer specifically for your exact situation. And I wanted to cover a couple things we didn't talk about. There's still a lot of unknowns with this ruling and how its second and third order effects are going to impact gun owners. For example, it's not clear whether a suppressor you buy over the counter could ever be transferred into a trust or an LLC. And if so, it's not clear how that will happen. It's also not clear yet whether or not these items that you get over the counter are free to be transferred over state lines or cross state lines without ATF permission. It's not clear whether we'll be able to sell these items back to a private party. So what I'm saying to you now is don't burn your tax stamps. Don't scratch off your Form 1 firearm serial numbers. Don't change anything you've already done, and be careful. If you have any questions about how these laws, rulings, or things impact you, give us a call at 480-498-8998, and we'd be happy to talk through it.
Guys, if you like this content, make sure you hit that like, comment, subscribe. It really does go a long way for the channel. Thank you for your support. One more time, GOA, $25 a month. They're one of the major reasons. Silencer Code, BNT USA. The list goes on. I'll tag it in the link below, but there's a lot of people that made this happen, pioneered our freedom of today. Thanks to your support and what you're doing behind the lens. I appreciate you guys. Stay safe, and we'll see you in the comments.